So if you are near anyone, just tell them that I will post the YouTube live stream into the description of the meeting. I took away the Zoom link so that you guys don't bombard the. Awesome. So just wait for a few of you to join the YouTube link and then we will get started. I feel like we haven't spoken to the second years in so long. Good morning, Justin. Was it good afternoon? It's good afternoon now. Good afternoon, Zach. Awesome. Good afternoon, Mary. Who else said it? Hello, Lucas. Hi, Bunte. Yeah. Okay, guys. I'll wait until 10 past. But I think we're good. So I did put the YouTube link in the calendar invite as well for those who will join, and I'll look at those questions as well while I'm going through the session. I am one man today, so please do forgive me if you don't have the joy of hearing from Mutsu today. But yeah, definitely. And excuse me, I was talking in another session now for IBM, so I think I've spoken the words, all the words, so my voice is doing very funny things now. Okay, it's 10 past. I'm going to get started and kick it off. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Yes, boy Jamilo, it really has been a while. I was just saying I haven't spoken to you guys in so long. I've seen you. A few of you saw the Cape Town ones like 2-3 weeks ago when I was in Cape Town for Partner Day. And then Joburg, I don't even come upstairs. So I see you if you guys are sitting outside the window where I sit in the office and you guys are sitting in front of that window particularly. But definitely haven't seen my second years in quite some time. But now we are in the most important part of your journey, guys. Finally reached the point where we are onboarding you onto the placement system. So if somebody can just confirm, or I think I'm sharing my screen. I am. So welcome to the placement system briefing session. So I will be taking you guys through what your placement process will be looking like from here on out. And how we will be assisting you with finding those internships and preparing you for interviews, be it internships that we are trying to help you guys get, or be it internships that you guys are going out and seeking for yourselves and just needing us to jump in and assist where you need assistance. I think the one thing that I always like to emphasize, or that we would like to emphasize to you guys, is that we're here to help you. It's not just about securing a job, you know. No, I don't need to record this, guys. It's gonna be on YouTube. You will watch this at some point. You can just go and rewatch the link again. So, now I lost my train of thought. It's about helping you. Um, the truth is, the struggle is it can take some time to find job placement from us. But what we do make sure is that we try to prepare you guys as effectively and as properly as we can to make sure that when you are put into the space of being selected for an interview, be it through us, be it by yourself, that you have the skills to be able to present yourself as effectively as possible. So we've given you the tips, we've given you the tricks, we've given you the tool set. Now you are about to begin the journey of actually applying those tips and tricks that you've covered and going out into the world and seeking jobs as software developers, which I try to make sure that you guys remember that. Remember, you came to Weaving Code to leave as techies and hopefully go and work as devs out in the industry. So let's see how that goes. So let me just go through the presentation. So I'll be taking you through the placement process overview and an overview of our placement system, what it does, the management of the placement system, as well as setting up your profiles. Yeah, no, definitely you guys need to be setting up your profiles. So the placement process, up until this point, these dates are old, but it's fine. Up until this point, you guys have had work readiness workshops, you guys have done mock interviews, you guys are about to do your onboarding onto the placement system. You are going to do interviews around December. So please don't mind these when I guys send you guys this slide deck. I'll change the dates. I think this is the one that we had missed. And then you guys will go on to internship placement in January of 2025. So the placement workshops were to make sure that you guys were able to pack your little toolkit that you would have to make sure, are you able to answer questions? Are you able to prepare yourself effectively for an interview? Do you have the tips of how to research, how to answer particular questions, how to answer technical questions? We had the mock interviews so that you guys could put into practice that little tool set that you had now put together. Now, do you know how to answer your questions? Do you know how to prepare your environment for an interview? Do you know how to answer a culture fit question? Do you know how to answer a technical question? Are you technically competent enough to answer those questions? And yeah, guys, I think I can just use this session as a bit of feedback. I sat in a few mock interviews, and I think at this stage, you guys, for some of you, you did really good. For some of you, you did really badly. And you guys need to really, really take these last 2 months that you have very seriously. And if you don't know anything technical in your curriculum, please read your curriculum and please make sure you are as technically prepared as you possibly can be. I think as the years go by, a lot of companies are asking more technical questions than they are asking very soft culture fit questions. So I'll give you the example of I sat in a mock interview and I asked somebody what was TDD. I'm pretty sure 90%, or I hope 90% of this call would be able to answer what is TDD. But I was shocked to my core that this person didn't even know what it was. I even tried to rephrase the question multiple times to see maybe I'm crazy, but to the best of my knowledge, and I was a We Think Code alumna, TDD is covered within the first 2 months when you enter We Think Code and you use it throughout your journey. That may be a very extreme case, but I didn't sit in all mock interviews. That just happened to be the mock interview I sat in. So please, if you don't know the basics, guys, it's going to be very difficult. and we can put you in as many interviews as we want. But if you don't have the knowledge, if you don't have the base, the skill set, there's not much we can do. We can only prepare you as best as we possibly can, but after that, it's in your hands. So you are now doing electives. Make sure you know those electives very well. Make sure you know your curriculum very well. You are doing everything you need to do to prepare yourselves to go and be software developers out there. I think that's just a little bit of what I can add. So please do read your curriculum. It would be very nice that when I sit in these meetings, that I'm confident enough to say that yes, my students can answer what is TDD. But anyway, let's go into the management of the placement process. So from this stage on, after this meeting or at the end of today, you guys will receive a link and then you guys will be able to sign up on the placements system and set up your placement profile. So what you'll be doing is you'll be setting up your candidate profile on our internal We Think Code placement system. This will allow you to apply for positions that are available or that have come out at that moment in time. So what we're saying is, as a company or as a partner approaches us and says that, hi, we are ready to start our recruitment process. Can you please advertise this role? And this is what we're looking to get. We will then, when we receive it from the partner, publish it on the placement system for you guys all to see, right? So we'll be very specific that this job is in Cape Town, this job is in Joburg, this job is in Durban, this job is remote, it's hybrid, whatever it is. And you'll be able to apply. Remember, a lot of these jobs are internships, so be very mindful of applying for jobs that are not in your particular province. So if you are in Durban and you're applying for a job in Cape Town, don't think that the company is going to give you relocation fees, because that is more likely than not going to happen. And internships don't generally pay enough for you guys to be relocating anywhere else unless it was a permanent offer or permanent position. Then maybe you can think about that. But now don't risk it unless you believe you have a family, or maybe you only went to attend We Think Code in Cape Town, and you, after you're done with We Think Code, you're coming back to Joburg and you would actually like to be placed in Joburg. So please do let us know about that, but I'll get to that. So what will happen is you will apply for that job, and when the application is closed, we close that particular job, and then from there we send the profiles out to the partner. So what we can see on our side is every student who has applied for that particular job. Once we close the job, we pull all the profiles from the system and we send that list off to the partner. The partner will then review and then send us back feedback as to who it is they would like to set up interviews with. Sometimes they don't set up interviews at all. Sometimes out of the 100, they might only select 10. It could be they could select 40, but again, it's not up to us as code. It's up to the discretion of the company. We just facilitate for the company. We don't have a hand in how many people they interview, how many people they shortlist. We just facilitate that, hey, these 100 people applied, here are their profiles, please let us know who you'd like to interview. And they give us the feedback. And then what will happen is sometimes the company will set up the interview, or Mutso will be the one setting up the interviews for you. But if the company sets it up, we always ask them to give us visibility on when they've set up your interviews for, so that we can effectively prepare you. But if we set it up, then we will put that on your student calendar as well, so that you're very aware of when your interview is. After the interview, you will then get feedback whether you're rejected or accepted, or moving on to the next stage of the interview. Sometimes these interviews can take place in 2-3 stages, where they'll have a single interview, a panel interview, technical assessment, or just one interview and it's done. And feedback, again, is not dependent on us. A lot of the processes that happen within the placements team or placements season are beyond our control, and we are at the mercy of the companies that are putting out these roles. So feedback could be immediately after the interview. Feedback could be a day. Feedback could be a week. Feedback could be a month. And as much as we will follow up with the company, again, we are at the mercy of them. So we always try to be as transparent with you as we possibly can be and let you know that we have followed up with the partner and we're awaiting feedback. Please be patient. But again, this isn't something we can control. We wait for the company to let us know, but we try to keep you in the loop as to when we followed up on the outcome. So if you don't meet the requirements, again, that's an automatic rejection by that particular company. So if they were specific to say that we only want people in Joburg or we only want people from a certain elective, that's not, again, it's not us as placements. That is a requirement that was set out for the company. So you can fight with us, but it's not something that we dictated. That is what the company is looking for. I think you are all aware that no matter where you go, the same with when you had to enter within code, there was a specific restriction. You needed to be between the age of 17 and 35. Anything that falls out of that is an automatic no. To get through your online assessment, there was a certain mark that you needed to get in order to be selected for boot camp. It was a yes, no, or maybe. To complete boot camp, again, it was a yes, no, maybe. Waitlist, rejected, or accepted into the program. So it works the same way here, that guys, if you don't meet the criteria that that specific company has set out, it's a no, and that is what they required. And we, as Within Code, cannot control that. That is the requirement that they had. We are just here to help facilitate the placement. I hope you're all understanding. So what is the need for the system? This is quicker turnaround time for feedback on your application status. So you'll be able to see when you've applied, where you're currently sitting. Is it in review? Are you on a technical assessment? Are you rejected or you accepted? You can also track what you've done when you've looked at a particular role. Have you looked at it? Have you applied for it? Where is that current job position sitting at that moment in time? You have a full view of your applications on the system. We also send out automated email notifications so that you're aware of what stage you're at and if there's anything that's required from you. And then there's also more information on what the partner might be looking for. So more than what we could probably put in an email or in a call. You could view the job description, you can view the location. You could probably view the website if we've been given those things. But for you to be able to peruse whether this is a role you're looking to apply for or not. And then some weekly updates on partners that are hiring. So again, we are at the mercy of the partners that come forward. As hard as we may try, we would love for everyone's internship to start in January, but different companies have different timelines. They have different recruitment processes. Some might start recruiting now, but only have their internship start in March. Some might recruit in January and people start February. Some people only start their recruitment in mid-year. So please be prepared. The placements system is, or placements process is taxing. It is rough, and I don't want to lie to you guys. But we do try our best to make sure that as the roles come out, we are publishing them and making sure they're open long enough for you guys to apply. Placement system. Okay, then I'll show that now. Let me just answer the question. Lebo asked, is there a limit to the number of companies to which you can apply, assuming all requirements are met? No. It's open unless stipulated. So if the partner says that, hi, I only would like to open it until the first 50 apply, then that's what we do. But as long as that requirement isn't set out, the only limit is for as long as the role is open. So should we publish the role and it's open for 2 days, and maybe you only log on to the placement system, let's say it closes on the 29th, and you only log on to the placement system on the 30th, and you see that, oh my gosh, there was this job that was open and now it's closed, and you email us to say that, hi, I saw this, it's great. That is a no. You can't apply for it now. It was on the system, you didn't apply, that's it. But there is no limit to the roles you can apply for. Again, it's the discretion of the company. Then let's see. Tato, if you get your own internship, how does the contract with We Think Code work? Thank you for that question. So I believe since the day we started working with you guys, we have stressed the need for transparency. As transparent as we are with you, we would like you to be that transparent with us. So if you do secure your own internship, please do notify us immediately. Firstly, this is so that I'm aware that, okay, now I'm not placing 400 or I'm trying to find internships for 400 people. I'm trying to find internships for 399 now because you have an internship. Nothing is more unfortunate than maybe you haven't been on a list and now the company wants to interview you and now I have to go back and say that, oh, unfortunately, Tato's unavailable. They can't interview. Whereas that spot could have gone to someone else. So, firstly, transparency. Secondly, notify us. Thirdly, some of you are sponsored by companies that hire. So, again, that's something that we would need to check. Again, I'm not saying that every company that sponsors hires, and not every sponsoring company that hires all the students that they sponsor. Let me get that out of the way. They could hire a select or interview a select or have a process to interview and then what you call select from that batch. So all we need to know is that you got an internship opportunity. We would just check and confirm that there's nothing restricting you there. What we then ask is that you guys to just please share a copy of your internship or your job confirmation, just so that we can confirm that, okay, let me use it as an example that Mpudi Pizzo is an intern at SPA and her internship duration is from January 2025 up until June 2025. Signed by the particular company that you're at, that's all we need. Just to confirm that you actually are placed or have an internship, whether you share that, a copy of your offer letter, a copy of your contract, whatever it is, but just so that we have something on the records to show that you are now placed. But we first ask you to just let us know. Again, if it's an internship that you found for yourself, you then work your internship contract, but we can't intervene anywhere else besides asking you for a copy of your offer letter or sharing a confirmation of employment letter with us. So just making sure there's transparency between you and us is all we need. So what about the months and salary? When it comes to that, are you supposed to inform We Think Code as well? What you share with us is what you share with us. Again, what I asked for is just a confirmation of where you are, the duration of your employment, and yeah, where you are and the duration of your employment. So a letter just confirming that you have an internship. If you would like, we ask you to share a copy of your contract or share a copy of your offer letter with us, whichever one you feel you would like to share. Then Lepang says, if we get accepted after, I'm going to assume that an interview, are we still, no. So when you accept an offer, so let's say you've now at a stage where you've interviewed for 3 jobs and one of them comes forward and say that you are successful, immediately when you accept that offer, you are then shut off on the placement system. We lock your profile because now you've accepted an internship offer. There's no need for you to continue applying. Remember, we are trying to place as many of you as we possibly can. It would be very unfair to have someone in the pool who already has an internship and has accepted an internship offer and is now applying for other jobs. for us, that's how the system works. We try to make sure that we can give everybody an equal opportunity to get access to the jobs. So we don't want to be unfair to allow someone who has already now taken an internship to be interviewing for jobs for other people who may be also trying to be in the process of securing their internships as well. Then brain, I'm guessing brain affected. You guys need to work on your Zoom names. Please don't go into the workplace with these names when you go. Only roles that we think would qualify for, or will we come across jobs that require degrees and honors? The companies that come forward to We Think Code know exactly what you guys have. So the bare minimum or the bare requirement is your We Think Code qualification, but majority of the time, companies don't have the minimum of a degree or a diploma because they know they are recruiting from We Think Code, and the likelihood of you guys having a degree or honors in software development or engineering is very low because We Think Code is open to selection of everyone. So the companies know exactly who is in the talent pool when they are publishing these roles. So no, hardly are degrees and honors a requirement for the jobs that come. Through the requirements, majority of the time, the requirements are your tech stacks and your technical skills. So sometimes there are companies who are looking for specific skills that come across the desk. So yeah, not degree, not honors. Is there a minimum or a cap on the internship salary? So minimum, I think we've explained to you guys, we ask companies to pay a minimum of 7,000. We will never, and I think this is what needs to be stressed, we will never ask a company, if a company says that, hi, we want to hire interns and the internship salary that we want to pay is 10K. Great. We will publish that role and we are very happy. But what we won't allow is for a company to come forward and say, hi, we want interns and we want to pay them 4.5. We will not accept that. We wouldn't want you guys to go out and work into that. So a minimum of 7,000 and whatever above that a company would like to pay. We will stop a company from paying you less, but we will never stop a company from paying you more. And I want you guys to hear that from me now. Whatever you may be thinking, I will say it again. We will stop. If the company pays you less, we will never stop a company from paying you more than that minimum requirement that we ask for. Then, what if you were placed and then you get a job externally? So, in your We Think Code contract, you guys signed to work a minimum 4-month internship and a 1-year work placement with permanent work placement. So what we like and what we ask is for you to at least remain at the companies that you guys receive your employment with through us for a year. Because this is a relationship that we established with these companies and they come forward trusting us to provide talent. And you signed, when you signed We Think Code, that 1-year work placement. So we ask that you remain at those companies for a minimum of a year, and then from there you guys can transition and or move, but a year is what we ask. Okay, Mamelo, should we let you know once we've attended an interview for an internship or once we've gotten an internship? Transparency. So I know there are some students who already come forward and let us know that, hi, I'm seeking internships, or I'm going to an interview, or in past experiences that we've had, I'm going to an interview. I would really like it if you guys could help me, prepare me, review my profile. Again, guys, we are making sure. So if you are going to an interview and you've just secured an interview and you feel like you're prepared enough for it, and then you go, that's cool. If you'd like help from Komoto and I, again, let us know. We're here to help you. I think that's something we need to start establishing, is that, guys, we're here to help you. We're here to make sure that you guys can make the best of the opportunities that you've gotten. So if you got it externally and you're getting an interview, if you want to do it on your own, do it on your own and let us know. If you got an internship offer, let us know. But we ask you to be transparent with us at the stage where you are comfortable. But we're not here to hinder you. We are here to help you. So whenever you are comfortable with letting us know that you've received an internship or an interview, it's at your discretion. We ask that as soon as you are notified that you've got the internship, that's the least that you can offer us, is when you receive that internship offer, please do notify us immediately, so that we can also do our checks on our side. Then, wait, let me see. Did I skip someone? Level, Lebang, in terms of the internship period, is it a strict 4 months minimum, or is the company allowed to offer permanent employment before that? Again, it's at the discretion of the company. We ask 4 months minimum. So we ask for 4 months, but if when you are on the job, the company says that, oh gosh, within the first 2 months, Lebang really showed great character and that's amazing, we would like to make him a permanent offer, they can do that. We do not stop the extraordinary successes. Again, we say 4 months minimum because we want you guys to at least get more experience than what a 1 month or a 2 month internship would be able to offer. So the bare minimum is 4 months. If within that 4 months you worked hard enough and that company says, I am taking the bank permanently, great. You receive your permanent offer, you sign, and you start working with that company permanently. But there's a downside. If you do not work hard enough in that first month or two, a company can choose to let you go. I think we've told you the story of the girl who got let go on the first day that they were at their job because they were not sufficient enough for their company. So we can ask for our bare minimum, but you need to also make sure you meet the requirements of your performance when you are on the job. It's like getting scheduled for an interview, but you arrive late. You miss the time, your laptop switches off, something happens. We can facilitate, but we can't make the thing happen. Again, a lot of this is in the hands of you guys as individuals. So the bank minimum of 4. If you get the permanent offer, great. If they choose to let you go because your performance was whatever it was, again at the discretion of the company. Level, regarding the sponsoring company, sorry, the more questions keep on coming up. Regarding sponsoring company, I heard that there was a way to check if you were sponsored and by who. Is it possible? Could you please detail how we could? Again, any of that information you would know. A lot of the time you guys have signed papers and things, but if it's something that interrupts, we will let you know, but it's not really information that dictates your placement at this stage. If you'd like to know, you could ask campus, but right now it's not anything that affects placement at this point, knowing that information. Is there, oh, these things are moving. Is there anything against me applying for everything on the portal? Shane, I believe I answered this question. Again, campus, please If it says Joburg and you're not going to move to Joburg, you don't live in Joburg, it would cost you an arm and a leg. Do not do that to yourself. If you take it on the, let's just take it on the company is literally offering the bare minimum of that 7,000 Rand, and you live in Cape Town, or and you come to Cape Town, you rent, transport, food. Just think about that. Is that the stress you would like to put on yourself? So definitely, location is something that you should think very hard about if you're going to apply for jobs in a different province or campus. Generally, we ask those who are in Cape Town apply for Cape Town jobs. Those are who are in Joburg apply for Joburg. Those who are in Durban apply for Durban, unless explicitly stated to us as placements team that hi, my name is Shane. I moved to Cape Town to join Within Code. However, once I complete the program, I will be relocating back to Johannesburg, and and I'm just notifying you that I will be applying for jobs within Joburg because I reside in Johannesburg. Nothing is, it's the reality, guys. So please don't put yourself into circumstances where you will not be able to handle your job, you will not be able to handle the finances of relocating. Nothing is worse than that. You would rather prioritize making sure that you can perform the best at your internship in the location that you're at rather than trying to move somewhere else just because. So please, we're asking you, apply for the jobs within where you reside. It is so much easier for you guys. But yeah, apply for as many jobs within that region as you want. Um, Again, everything is at the discretion of the companies. I think I'll take two more questions and then I'm going to finish my slide deck and then go from there. Tato, if you accept an internship and you end up not being hired by the company, does placement still assist? Yes. So if you complete your internship and at the end of that, whatever period it was, um, sorry, I'm reading Benjamin's comment there. If you are not absorbed by that company and now, yes, you get put back into the placements pool, we unlock your profile on the system, and then you're able to apply for more jobs, or we are sending you other opportunities. We are here to help you as best as we can. We don't throw you away, guys. There are people who still come back after they've worked a year, 2 years, and they are now just back on the job market. We are always actively trying to source and secure placements for you guys. But this is now your time to shine. So, yes, definitely, should you not be absorbed, we assist you with finding other placement opportunities for you. Taryn, when exactly? Literally, you guys are going to receive the email after this call or by the end of the day with the link to start setting up your profiles because I need those urgently. Yeah. Then, oh, Shane answered. Thank you, Shane. You were listening. Then we have if you accept an internship externally and you do not get permanent offer from that internship, can you come back? Yes. So this is because now you have informed us that, hi, I got an internship. And then we're like, okay, cool, go. Everything is okay. Go work that internship that you found just for yourself externally. Then we're obviously going to lock your profile or assign it to whichever company that it is that you said you're currently placed at. You come back 3, 4, 5, 6 months later to say that, hi, the internship that I had with this external company has ended and I didn't receive a permanent offer. Then we're like, okay, cool. Then we unlock your profile again on the placement system and you're able to apply for any jobs that come across. Guys, we're not in the business of gatekeeping as long as you guys are transparent with us. So you go out, you work, you come back and you're like, hi, I'm seeking opportunities. We welcome you back with open arms. It's not a problem. Okay. This is great. I feel like I'm not having a terrible. I was honestly thinking that today's session would be bad, but okay. So let me just go through this and then we can answer any more burning questions. So setting up your profile on the candidate portal. So what will happen is you guys will receive an automated email that comes from our placement system. And then from there, you will receive a link for you guys to register and begin to set up your candidate portal. So you'll receive this. Please sign in with your Rethink Code email address. There is a view that I have, or we as placements have, that you don't have, and everything that you do is linked to your Rethink Code email address. So when you sign in, because you received the link in your Rethink Code student email address, you will continue signing in with your Rethink Code student email address. From there, you'll be able to set up your own password and then go about filling in your profile. So when you're creating your profile, we ask that you fill in all relevant personal information. So guys, the cell phone number that you are currently using, the one that your mom phones you on, the one that your dad phones you on, the one that your family members can get a hold of you on. We don't want to call this year. I think Homes and I might not be wanting to call students because it seems like we don't want to run after you because this is your responsibility. You are the ones looking for internships, right? So I would assume you would keep your cell phone on. It's not forever on silent. It's on, it's charged, and it's ready because now you're in placement season. So you need to be thinking about that my cell phone, and I need to be checking my emails 2-3 times a day, needs to be on, and you need to be very diligent. So make sure you have the correct cell phone number, your correct home address, with the city that you're in, so we can see that as well. Your relevant highest qualification, and please put if it's complete or incomplete. We know it's on your LinkedIn profiles, but we also want this profile to look good. Fill in all your skills under the skills section. So we know as we think of students, you all leave with the basics of Java, Python, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Git, CI, CD, all these lovely things. But there are things that some of you guys have done outside of Rethink Code. So we don't do Go, we don't do Ruby on Rails, but we don't do TypeScript, but you guys might have skills in those Go, Ruby on Rails, Scratch, all these lovely and fun languages that exist within the tech space. If you've got it, and you can do it, put it on the system. You have PHP skills, do it, put it on the system. Nothing on the placement system is too much to have. Sometimes companies are looking to see those things. So please, if you've got the skill, add it there. Add your GitHub repos. I don't think I can stress this enough. I'm at the point where I am including when I send out the email today. You guys need to add your GitHub repos. I've been on a mission this weekend. Some of you may have gotten notifications that Umpo recently viewed your LinkedIn profile, because this year it seems like a lot of you guys did not take our LinkedIn profile sessions seriously. Some of your profiles are terrible, 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 terrible. There's no evidence of a portfolio. There's no whether some of you have websites that you guys have built that I've seen on your profiles, and then in those website portfolios you have links to your GitHub. Yes, and I would name names of the people's profiles I viewed this week, but I can't do that. But we're at a point where just your LinkedIn profile, just by virtue of you being a Rethink Code student, isn't enough. Remember, yes, companies approach us to fill roles, but we aren't the only institution that they are filling roles with. There are graduates who are leaving programs similar to this one. There are people who are leaving varsity. There are people who have been in the pool for jobs and applying for the same jobs that you guys might be applying for. So having GitHub repo and showing that you are doing work outside of Weekly Code is very important. And some of you do have GitHub repos, but you have like one commit that was done 3 years ago. And you haven't contributed since then. Or the last time you contributed was in March. Or you have one project and it's one line. And yes, we say have a GitHub repo, but having it just to have it is like having a LinkedIn profile and it's just a skeleton of my name is Impo and my educations. I have a systems development qualifications from Within Code, and that's it. It's not enough, guys. And we did say this, I think we told you this, 4 months ago, that you had enough time, you had time to put tiny little projects on there, whether you're changing the languages, whether you are adding a calculator and working it in different languages and building interfaces and just doing things. I can't stress enough because now I'm at the point where partners are saying, with those profiles, send the GitHub repos of those individuals who applied for the job and or websites or whatever it is that you guys are going to add onto your profile in the system. It is serious, guys. I think I used the example of there were 400 of you in the cohort, 400 and something, 450. And I, as a recruiter from Coca-Cola, receive 100 of you who applied for a particular job that I put on the system. But when I look at all your profiles, they all just say they have a picture, they have a background, they have the headline that says student at Withy Code, they have a very basic about me, they have the bare minimum of their education at Within Code, and maybe list a few skills. But out of those 100, 80 of the profiles look exactly the same, or 90% of the profiles look exactly the same. Who do I shortlist? And what makes these individuals stand out? Whereas if I looked at these profiles and maybe 20 of them had a link to their bio, a link to their website portfolio, or links to their GitHub repos, and they have 2, 3 projects that they've worked on, or they've built a website, or they've done something that shows that outside of this, they really do want a job or seeking something. That looks nice, and that's like a potential that I might want to shortlist to interview. So again, what are you doing to make sure that you stand out from the 450 in the cohort that you are currently competing against to get that job? That might only be hiring one person. Because again, the reality is companies don't hire a lot. They might take 1, 2, maybe 5. There's a very few that take in a large number of people. But the reality is that companies, like any other job that you're applying for on LinkedIn, are just looking for one person to fill the role. So how do you make sure that your profile stands out from the rest of the 450 people completed the same program that you did, right? And then I also ask that you guys upload your LinkedIn profiles as CVs. So you generate the LinkedIn profile CV, you download it, and you upload it onto the system. And use this naming convention. I'm serious, guys. If your profile does not, or your CV does not say Mpo underscore Dipitso underscore CV, that profile is not going anywhere. You need to meet the bare minimum requirements for us to be confident enough to share your profile. So if you're from, and the email will say the deadline is next week, Monday, for your profile to be complete and perfect, because there's nothing new that you're adding. This is all information that you have. You would have fixed your LinkedIn profile 3 months ago when we did the LinkedIn review thing. So for now, it's just for you to maybe update with 1 or 2 skills or certificates that you may have, and then download that thing, your CV, put the naming convention, upload it onto the system. That's all you need to do. If you can't just name a thing properly, it's like sending your CV to a recruiter and it says profile one, but I've received 700 profiles. I'm not going to read yours because now I need to open your profile to figure out who the hell CV this is. So just doing the minor things that make it convenient for us and make it convenient for your recruiter. Because now if we're going to download all these profiles, CVs, and send them to the company, and then there are 7, 10, 15 CVs that all just say CV or profile one or copy XYZ PDF. No one has the time to open that to figure out who you are. So just do the minimum and name your CV properly, please. And then you can log into your profile to make any changes. You guys will always have access to your profile until such time that you are placed. Then you're able to add, make edits, just like a LinkedIn profile. This works the same. You guys can add and make edits. So again, as I just explained, do fill in the basic information, your name, your last name, your we think code email address, but you guys won't probably fill in. There are some fields that we can complete for you guys. Cell phone number, the cell phone number that you have access to, please. Your LinkedIn profile link, the campus, and your areas of interest. This is also nice so that we know what areas are you interested in, like somebody said UX, UI things, but that's just so we know. Then we also ask, then fill in any professional details, qualifications that you have, your work experience, and your LinkedIn generated CV. Then your professional details, you'll also fill that out. Your technical skills, please fill in, it says technical skills. So fill in your technical skill set. And then in your soft skills, you'll fill in your soft skills. So teamwork isn't a technical skill, it's a soft skill. Communication is not a technical skill, it's a soft skill. Whereas Java, technical skill, pipelines, technical skill, UX, UI, technical skill, Scratch, Go, Python, web development, whatever it is, technical skill, what is it, presentations, soft skill. So be sure to be able to differentiate between the two. Then, yeah, so it's all listed here. So tips, again, please ensure that you generate your or make sure that your LinkedIn profile is up to date. I will not lie to you. Every partner that looks for candidates will view your LinkedIn profile. It's not a myth, it's not a lie. More likely than not, the thing that they don't view very often is the CV because your CV is generated or is your LinkedIn profile is your digital CV essentially. So your LinkedIn profile is the thing that will stop you from being shortlisted for job opportunities. I have seen people sit in the pool for months, years, because their LinkedIn profiles are so bad and they're not updating them, they're not adding relevant skills. It literally is just a "Mpotipitso." And people who have completed the program still say student at We Think Code, but you finished We Think Code 3 years ago and you think that you can't even update your profile. So make sure that your profile is up to date. And when you do go into the world of work next year and you are still in the placements pool, every month make sure you are updating your LinkedIn profile. And then ensure all the information that you have entered is updated and correct. Then important things to note. Now, again, please do not reach out to partners when you see jobs on the system. So I'll use that same example. You see there's a job for Coca-Cola that's sitting on the placement system. Do not go and email Coca-Cola and say that, "Hi, I see that you're looking for an intern at We Think Code. I'd be so excited to be shortlisted for that." Don't do it. Don't do it. More often than not, that destroys the relationship between us and that partner. We've had partners come forward to say that I don't understand what's happening. Why are students reaching out to me? Did you not inform them of certain rules or whatever it is? We, again, like I said at the beginning, we are not in the business of trying to hold you back from opportunities. We're in the business of making sure this is an easy recruitment process for the company and an easy interview and work placement process for you. So please allow us to do our job as efficiently as possible with being your liaison between you and the partner and you. We're not holding you back. We're not denying you opportunities. We are literally just trying to make ease of communication on both sides as effective as possible. Just want to get that out. So, if you have a burning question that you feel like you really want, ask us. We will ask on your behalf and we'll let you know. Right. But more often than not, companies will let us know all the information that is necessary. So again, a statement, logins will be deactivated once placed. Placements and getting feedback does take time, so do not ask the partner for feedback. Again, you'll email myself, Khumutso, placements team. Hi, just checking to see if there's any feedback regarding the outcome of my interview, and then we will follow up and let you know what is the status. We will definitely, when you ask, we will tell you. Do not sign in with your personal email addresses. This will be disregarded. So let's say that at some point you forget that you signed in with your Within Code email address and you decide to sign in with your personal email address. I don't know who that personal email address belongs to. And if said personal email address applies for a job, that email address is not going anywhere. So be sure that it is your Within Code email address that you are applying with. As we said, accept calendar invites. Nothing is more embarrassing than a partner coming forward and asking us that, oh, is Shane attending the interview this afternoon? We see he hasn't accepted the calendar invite. That is embarrassing for me and for you, because now your interviewer knows that you are not someone who can accept calendar invites, and they don't know if you will be joining the interview because you didn't accept the interview. This could be an interview that we set up for you, or even an interview that you got for yourself, guys. It is a bad reflection on you if you don't do that. So please, it's just easy to say yes when you receive the calendar invite. And if you will not attend that interview, tell us and we will remove it from your calendar. Do not decline that calendar invite. Just let us know that, hi, Mpo, hi, Khumutso, I received this interview invite, but I don't think I'm available or whatever it is. Yeah, I'm no longer interested in this role. Cool. We will email the partner. Hi, Mpilo's unavailable. We will be canceling that interview. Done. Doesn't look funny. We just want to make sure that everything looks good on both sides. Check your emails regularly. As I said, every day. Every day, check your emails. Like mock interviews, a partner can say today that I want to have interviews tomorrow, and you need to be on the go and check your emails. So please be sure that you're checking your emails every single day, if not 3 times a day. Put yourself on a schedule. When you arrive on campus, check your emails. In the afternoon, check your emails. And before you leave campus, check your emails again, just to make sure that you're always up to date with what is happening. Then professionalism during, oh no, keeping your phone with you at all times, please. If we see that there's some time that you haven't responded to the email, we will give you a phone call. We will call you once, you don't answer, we will call you twice, you don't answer. After that, we're done. So make sure you keep your cell phone on at all times. And if you've changed your number, change it on the system at the same time and notify us that, hi, I lost my, or if you've lost your phone or whatever it is, hi, I lost my phone. You won't be able to get a hold of me. I haven't been able to change it for some time. So if you need to get a hold of me, please call this number or email me and I'll be sure to check it. If you are open with us, it makes it easy for us to help you. Professionalism during internships, I'll have another session discussing that towards the end of the year. And then you guys will also have check-ins once you're placed. So we'll just have some calls with you to see how you're doing and to check your progression. Again, regardless, you are never not our business. We always want to make sure that you're okay and you're gaining the most out of the internship opportunities that you've been given. And then you guys will also be filling in some feedback forms, be it, and it's nothing intense. It's just to see how you're doing. How was your onboarding process? Did you enjoy your internship? What did you learn? What's happening? And things like that. The more data you give us, the easier it is for us to see what kind of companies it is that we should be approaching to get more job opportunities for the cohorts to come. And then again, when you are applying, you will visit the career page. New jobs will be displayed weekly, dependent on availability. Job listings will show from which campus the company is looking to hire, and then you can select quick apply. Once you fill in your profile once, you don't have to fill in all the details again because it's already on the system. So all you would do is just quick apply, and then all your information will be there, and then you know that you've applied for that particular job. And then when you do experience any problem, please do email us now rather than later. And just to let you know that when you guys do receive the email later today or early tomorrow morning, that we want to make sure that we make onboarding processes a lot easier for you and for us and for the company. So for you, even now, you guys will set up your own personal Google Drive where you will put in uncertified copies of your ID, of your matric certificate, of your highest qualification, your proof of address and account, and keep those with you because you don't want to be searching for those. It's the best advice I can give to you, that onboarding happens like this. A company will say that I've selected Mona Lisa for an internship. By end of today, I want a certified copy of her ID, her proof of address, her whatever. And now you want to go and ask your parents, be like, oh my God, where's my matric certificate? Or you haven't seen it since the day you signed up for Weaving Code. Set up those drives now so that you have all those uncertified copies sitting somewhere that is easily accessible. And all you would need to do is, okay, Khomotsen Mpo just sent me an email that I need to submit a certified copy of my ID. Let me quickly just go print that page that I have on my drive that I saved because Mpo told me in October that I should have that drive set up. And then let me take my ID, go certify it, and a thing that would take you a day will take you like 2 hours or an hour. And the partner didn't have to wait for anything. So I will also ask that you guys share that link to that drive with us and have those set up. That will be part of having a complete profile because we've noticed that onboarding is something that takes a really, really, really long time when you are selected for an internship. And then I think I'm done. So let me continue with the questions. I'm so tired of talking. Let's see. Gosnati says, what happens when 100 people apply for the same job, but the company only wants 10? How do you help the company? I don't help the company select 10. The company sifts through those 100 and they tell us. So we are only here to say that, hi, we have a pool. Here's the 100 that applied. Review the 100. Let us know who you want to interview. So no, not the first 10 that apply, no. So again, as I said, when the job is open on the system, because Mary, according to that logic, what if the first 10 that apply, none of them meet the requirement? You would rather have a lot of people that you can review and look at, and then be able to select the people you want to interview. And more likely, if they're looking for 10, they're not going to interview just 10, they'll interview 20, they'll interview 40, and then be able to get the number that they're looking for. I mean, if you're looking for one person, you're not just going to interview one, you'll interview 10 or 15 or however many people you want to interview until you get that one that you want. And then Kyle said, oh, Mpilo said, will interviews be virtual? Interviews can be virtual or in person. It depends on the company themselves. So they'll let us know the requirement. Once they say that, hi, we've selected X amount of students from X, and we would like to have the interview like this. So yes, definitely we've had companies that ask for in-person interviews and we've had companies that ask for virtual. And that is why we warn you guys against applying for jobs that are not in the city where you reside. What if you applied for a job in Joburg and now you live in Cape Town or you live somewhere else. So make sure you are in the city or the location of the job that you applied for. And then Kyle said, I missed what she said about Mpo's question on creating your profile. Is it a yes or no? There's no need. A profile way. First of all, it's compulsory. If you want the jobs from the placement system, you guys have to create a profile and your profiles have to be complete. Can't just have a 50% profile and then we send that. We won't do that. So let's get the bare. You guys need to do the bare minimum for me in order for your profiles to get shipped off. Yes, you can apply for the job, but if your profile is incomplete, it's not going anywhere. So if you don't have tech stacks, if you don't have soft skills, if you haven't uploaded your CV, if you haven't added a relevant contact detail, if you don't have your GitHub repo, if you don't have the relevant links that are asked for, everything that says required when you're filling in your profile on the placement system, if that is not complete, that is an incomplete profile and we will not send that off to a company. So do what you need to do for us to do what you want us to do for you. Right. So we've helped you. It's literally just about copying and pasting all the information that you should have accumulated up until this point. So you have to complete your profile by next week, Monday. I will be reviewing them. I will be going through them because it's very easy for us to see on our side which profiles are incomplete and not. And you will receive very nice emails from us to just say, hi, Shane, we see your profile is incomplete. Kindly complete it. But we don't want to send that out. That's not a good look if you get a very isolated email from us. So please, please, please make sure that those profiles are complete once you do receive the link after this call. Is it that we think of shortlist people? So at the beginning of your placements journey, majority of the time, when the pool is very large, you guys are being shortlisted by the company. When the pool becomes much smaller, and there are companies who don't have the time to put the job on the placement system, and they say that, hi, we need a list of students now. So we just ask the requirement, where are you looking to hire from? They say Joburg, and then we just send them the list of available students who are in Joburg, and they serve. But that only happens like towards the end, or not the end, but towards the middle of placement season. At the beginning of placement season, you guys are applying for all jobs. And when the pool becomes smaller and companies are looking to hire more immediately and they want lists like now, we just send them the list of all the students' active profiles on the system for them to review, and they let us know who they would like to interview. Then Paul said, Paul, if you already have an offer, do you still have to compile a profile? Yes. And Mpo, if you have an offer, please share it with us. Yeah, you need to, because at some point you're going to come back to the placements pool. If you come back to the placements pool, at least your profile will already be there. But all of you need to complete your profiles on the placement system. And then Kyle, wait, these things keep on moving. You guys are adding a lot of questions. Context, is there a need to create a profile if you've already accepted an offer? So Mbilo says, what if I'm based in Durban, but I'm willing to relocate to Cape Town? If, again, it's at your discretion, we can't stop you. So that scenario that I put out, that if you get an internship offer and let's say it is that 7,000 that a company will pay, if you feel like you'd be able to live comfortably and relocate, then please do apply. But again, do let us know that you are willing. There is a tab on the placement system that says you're willing to relocate so that we understand why it is that you applied for such job. Then Ridumiti said, what about projects that we have? What about projects that have private repos but public posts on LinkedIn and perhaps are currently ongoing? Someone said make it public. What are you hiding? Hebana, there's a lot of sensitive things there. Again, make public what you want to be seen, and if it's private, then it's private. I can't tell you that you have to make it public. You would then start coding a few projects that you believe can be public. Then it's again at your discretion. I can't force you to do that. Then we have Tato. Once we finish the year, guys, I'm going to stop this call at 20 past because I think I've outvoiced my voice. So ask your questions. Sorry, so many whatevers. Once we finish the year, do we still have access to the curriculum or IBM? You guys have access to IBM always. We as alumni have access to IBM, so that's not a problem. Then the curriculum, no, I think at some point you guys don't have access to the curriculum site anymore. I don't have access to the curriculum site or my student email doesn't have access to the curriculum site anymore. So you won't have access to the curriculum site, but yes, you will have access to IBM. And then Kosikona, are we restricted? See your own CVs. Add them to that drive that I mentioned. You can add it to the drive of the information that you've shared with us, where you're putting your uncertified documents. But guys, some of your CVs have blank pages on them. They have huge spaces. They have not been vetted. They have not been proofread. The format is off. And that's the reason why we ask you to use your LinkedIn one, because we know, or we hope, based on the sessions that we had, you guys have reviewed them. Some, you completed it, you reviewed it, it was reviewed by your team, and then anything, and it's been updated. So it is the most up-to-date version of what it is that you've done. So yes, you have to put your LinkedIn CV on the portal, and then on the side in the drive, you can put in your personal one. But as I mentioned, more often than not, companies are looking at your LinkedIn profile and hardly ever at a PDF copy of your CV. So it's not a problem. We've been doing it like this for more years, and no partner has complained about wanting personal CVs. So the LinkedIn CV works perfectly fine. Please. And then next question, when is picture day? Dylan Marketing will get back to you on that one, Marketing on Campus. And then we have highest qualification held in the section on, wait the hell. Everything keeps jumping around. No, any highest qualification that you have, please put it on the portal. It does not have to be role specific. It's just there. So it's like your CV on the portal itself. So any qualification that you have, not even the high, just any qualification that you have, put it there. Then how long are we usually given? It's up to you. Some companies want confirmation at the end of the day once you receive the offer, and if you don't give them an answer, then they'll move on and select another candidate. So yeah, you don't have long. Remember, it's like I said at the beginning of this call, placements is not it's not that quick. And if you get the internship offer, take the internship offer. But if you feel like you want to wait, then you risk another one, that one declining then or expiring. So generally you have a day or two, if explicitly stated by the company, because the company took the time to go through the recruitment process, so they know you're available at that point in time. So a day or two to accept the offer, and then after that it's expired. Then We have, okay, last two questions, and anything else that you guys may have, you can email Mblelo. Our placement opportunity is going to be released on a schedule, again, depending on availability, but most likely they'll be released on Mondays or as soon as we receive it. Let me just be honest, as soon as we receive it, we publish it and then we give you notification. But as soon as we receive it, we put it on the system because, again, we don't want to delay the companies that are looking to fill these particular roles. And then what if you're not happy with the offer? Are we allowed to decline? And does this affect you? If you decline the offer, you decline the offer. Um, but again, we're not the reality of it's up to you. We can't force you to take it. If you decline it, you decline. And then back in the placements pool and hope for another opportunity to come across is all I can say. I think I answered that. No, we won't be having any more mock interviews. And no, not. I've already spoken about the LinkedIn profiles and CVs. That's what we want. If you couldn't even put your LinkedIn profile together properly, you would be able to generate that CV very quickly. Do we only apply for jobs based on our? Okay, someone answered for me. That's great. If you already have an offer, no, you don't. Please, Paul, you have to tell us that you already have a job offer. So please let us know. But yes, everybody, I would just like, let me just put it this way. Yes, everybody create a profile on the Within Code on the placement system, and then also email us to let us know that you have an offer so that we can lock your profile on our side so that we know that you are placed and that there's no reason why you should be applying for any of the roles on the system. It's just for us to be able to track you. This is the sheet, this is the system we use to effectively track where you guys are within the placements pool. And should we not put our student emails? No, no, on your LinkedIn, there's nothing you can do. That's why on our system, you guys are putting in your student email addresses and your cell phone numbers and any relevant contact details. Not your personal ones. So LinkedIn contacts, it's your personal ones. They're not going to contact you from your 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 LinkedIn profile. Let me put it that way. They'll receive your profiles from us, they'll let us know, and we will let you know. So what you have on LinkedIn, I know a lot of you weren't able to change and add your students' email addresses there. Completely understandable. But so that's okay. But on the system, make sure that everything that you have is relevant so that we're able to contact you. And then, yo, guys, YouTube, I will check those now. Do we get feedback? Oh, you guys will be getting feedback soon. I think Homoto is busy collating that for you. And what if we did not have a mock interview? Homoto should have reached out to you guys, or you guys should have reached out to us to tell us that you didn't have your mock interview. If you didn't have your mock interview, not because you didn't join your mock interview, but genuinely because your interviewer did not join the interview, email us and let us know. And then, yeah, let me just look on YouTube to see. Any questions? I think I'm done with the questions this side. Then, yes, I'll send the link to the placement system. So wait, we need to make sure everything on our CV is also on LinkedIn. Well, everything on LinkedIn is what you will use to generate your CV. So yes, nothing should be different. Can we use, who can we use as references at this point in time? We're very hesitant about using us as references. So depending, you first ask for consent. So let us know that you're applying for a job and this is the particular job and this is the reference that they require, and then we'll let you know. So ask for the permission and we'll give it to you. Just send an email if you need a reference, and we'll let you know what can be done. Yes, the D&D kings and queens, the do not disturb. Now is not the time to have your phone on do not disturb. If you don't have a cell phone, then you stated to us on the system that you're not putting a cell phone number because you don't have a cell phone, and then need to be very diligent about making sure that you are reading your emails. So let me put it this way. Before we even call you, before we call you, we will send you an email to let you know that, hi, you have been shortlisted for an interview with company X. Firstly, accept the calendar invite. Secondly, accept the calendar invite for the pre-interview check-ins that you'll have with Homozo. So if you do not respond to those emails, and we give you like a day, desperate times call for desperate measures, we will call you. But I think Homozo and I are at the point we were not going to call because you guys should be checking your emails regularly. But do definitely clarify and let us know that you don't have a cell phone and you will be able to access your emails at any point during the day. Besides LinkedIn, can you suggest any other platforms looking for jobs? Guys, you're software developers, so things like OfferZen is really cool. Standard career search sites. I can't remember them. I haven't looked for a job thingy in so long. But I know there's Pnet, there's other ones, but we'll put together. But LinkedIn is definitely the best place to look for. And then if after a month the company is not for you and maybe they are mistreating you, no. So if they're mistreating you and it was a placement facilitated by us, what you first do is you email me and you say, hi, Mpo, can I schedule a meeting, or I'm experiencing A, B, and C at my organization. Then what we'll do, we'll set a call and I'll have a chat with you and you'll take me through what's been happening. And then I'll ask you the questions. Have you followed the processes, reporting processes internally within your company? So did you inform your lead? Did you inform the HR at that particular company? Like what you're supposed to do when you go to work and you have a workplace distress. And then from there, you inform me of the channels that you've gone through and what you've done to try and solve it, how many times something particular has occurred. And then from there, I will ask, is it something that you feel like you would like us to intervene in, which more often than not, we really don't, because then you first go and follow your internal processes before you come back and get hold of us. And more likely than not, you solve those problems internally before it ever becomes something that I need to intervene in. But if it becomes so terrible that it is bad and you really need to leave, then that's something we'll be able to discuss. Let's see. Do companies choose who they sponsor? No, guys, it's again, I think you guys are stressing over that first thing about sponsored and hiring. It's not every company. Majority of companies just sponsor, they don't hire. So a lot of the companies that we place with are just companies that are looking for interns. That's it. So it's nothing that you really need to worry about. That's just for us on our due diligence side. And okay, let me just have a look if I've answered everything. It doesn't matter if your LinkedIn profile hasn't been verified. I just need you to have a LinkedIn profile. That's all. How many public repositories are sufficient? One is definitely not. Two is not. You guys need to have a few things. Like maybe if you have 2, 3 repositories and then you have a website portfolio, but please showcase your tech skills. You want to be software developers, so show that you can develop and code. Don't just tell a company that you can, show them. Because what has happened before is some companies actually ask you to show them projects when you're in the interview. So just have something in your back pocket. Just have something, be prepared for all situations that could come. And then I meant that since the platform doesn't send personal CVs, that means LinkedIn needs to have everything that I put in it. Yes, yes. And that's why we stressed your LinkedIn profile reviews and creation so much. Because when we pull the profiles that applied for jobs on the system, the things that go your name, the job you applied for, your tech stacks, your skills, your GitHub repo, and your LinkedIn profile. Every single company that has ever taken students from, or has ever reviewed, let me say that, reviewed profiles based on your LinkedIn. Your LinkedIn profile, and I will say it, is the thing that will stop you from getting shortlisted for an interview. So, yes, when we say your LinkedIn profile needs to be up to date and have absolutely everything about your experience, your skill set, your about me, it needs to be up to date and have everything. Your certificates, the badges you've earned, the hackathons you participated in, the volunteer things that you did, everything that we asked you to do 3 months ago needs to be on your profile. So I would go and look at that slide deck that we shared with you and go and update my LinkedIn profile after this chat. And when you guys start populating your profiles on the system from later today or tomorrow morning, it's a-okay. Then, okay, I think we are all good. I don't see any other questions popping off in the chat or on YouTube. So, yes, when your LinkedIn profile needs to be up to date every single time you apply for a job, every partner will look at your LinkedIn profile. That one I will not lie to you about. So if today you don't have a picture, you don't have an about me, you don't have your relevant experience, and again, when a company sees We Think Code as your experience and not your education, my favorite pet peeve, that doesn't look good. So remember, We Think Code is your education, not your experience. I got an internship offer, but I wasn't told how much they'll give me. For starters, should I ask if what? Sorry. I got an internship offer, but I wasn't told how much they will give. For starters, should I ask them or you will do that? No. Let's put this out there. If you get your internship opportunity externally, we do not intervene in that. I will put, if you get your internship opportunity externally, we as placements or as We Think Code cannot intervene into that because that was an external recruitment process. And that is something you applied for that was facilitated by that company. So we can't tell them that they need to pay you a certain amount. We can't tell them that you need to have an internship for a minimum. We can't tell them anything because we had nothing to do with that. If the internship was facilitated through us, and we put the job out on the system because company A came to us and they said that we were looking for interns, that is when we can say that the minimum is 7 and that we want 4 months. But if you got it yourself, we cannot intervene. Even if, let me put it for example, even if it's a company that might sponsor We Think Code and they have a job on the system that has nothing to do with an internship, you can't come back and say that, hi, I see that company X that sponsors We Think Code has a job. Do you mind giving a good word for me? No. As long as that company didn't approach us to ask to give them or to facilitate the recruitment process for them, we cannot intervene in something that we were not put into in the first place, right? So no, we cannot assist you with an external placement, negotiation, anything, as long as it wasn't something that was facilitated with us or We Think Code having had a discussion with them. But you sent the letter. So what we are asking for when you guys send the letter to us is just so that we know that, okay, Kosi said that he is placed and this is his offer letter or this is his letter of employment and he is at Standard Bank. That's cool. I know that he has a job that's safe and I understand why his profile is locked or off or he hasn't been applying for some time. What's happening? That's just so that we're up to date with what's happening with you guys out there in the placements pool because we don't have access to you. That's the only way we can track and see what's happening. So we ask for that transparency because you can't be putting forward for something when you already have an opportunity. Again, we would like everybody to get the best opportunity. Guys, I've been talking for over 3 hours, like 3 hours now. My voice is starting to deplete. If you have any other burning questions, you guys can email me, and I'll answer with anything relevant. But you guys will receive the slide deck and should expect that email regarding signing up on the portal later today or tomorrow morning, but definitely before the end of day tomorrow, you will have something. And then in the email, also, I'll ask for you guys to just submit the link to the drive with all your uncertified documents so that you can have that for yourself. We can have it for you. And anything, again, you tell us is confidential. Everything remains within the placements team. Nothing is being shared. What you know, what I know. So if you tell me something, Gwena, it stays between me and you. If Tato tells me something, it stays between myself and Tato. Nothing that you tell us is ever going to go beyond the placements team. Every single piece of information that you share with us, I need you to know, is absolutely confidential. Absolutely confidential. We're not sharing, we're not doing anything. And again, that's why I try to be as transparent with you as possible. I'm in the business of making sure that I can do every single thing I possibly can to ensure that you are best prepared to A, secure an interview, B, ace an interview, and C, make sure that you turn that internship into a permanent position. If you got the internship externally, great. And that internship ends and you want to come back, you can come back. If you get shortlisted for an interview externally, but you want a little bit of help preparing for that interview, email us. We will gladly help you. It's all about making sure that you guys are able to make sure that you turn every opportunity that you get into something great. If you received a job, you share contract, job offer, letter of employment with us. It stays between myself, the placement system, and Khomotso. That's where it ends. Nothing that you share with us gets shared beyond that point. So again, we have done almost everything that we possibly can do to make sure that you guys are ready and for placement season are ready to be the stars when people are looking at your names on the recruitment list. Now is the time for you guys to put into practice every tool, every tip, every trick that we've provided for you to make sure that you can get those internship opportunities. I will never close my door to you guys. I will, unless I'm in a meeting. I think students who've ever come to our door can see. I will not ignore your emails unless I am so overly overwhelmed and it might take me a day or two to respond. But in placement season, as much as you will keep your phones on, you will be navigating your emails. I will also keep my emails open to make sure that I'm able to assist each and every one of you as best as I possibly can. Because I won't lie, your success is my success. And when you are placed, I have one less person to worry about placing. When you have great profiles, I know that I don't need to be worrying about all 400 and something of you. It's just a select few that I need to be stressing about making sure that their profiles are up to standard. Again, I, Khomotso, are here to work for you guys so that you guys can shine your brand as bright as you possibly can and be confident enough when you are in an interview to secure those placement opportunities. We will never stand in the way of you guys getting an internship, of getting long term, of getting more money. That is not what we do. We are, we literally just care about you guys getting a job opportunity after this. That's all I worry about. So I think we can end that off on a good way. I just need you guys to do the bare minimum for me, which is making sure that your profile is complete, having those repos, having a personal something, just a personal something, even if it's a personal website. But doing the bare minimum for me would be great. And then we can help you as best as we possibly can. Okay, I think that's great. And please do go and enjoy the rest of your day. I didn't expect this to be an hour and 40 minutes, but thank you for putting up with me. And let's hope that this is a great placement season for cohort 2023. And we can see those permanent jobs that transition in the middle of next year towards the end. All right, guys, thank you so much and do enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Last thing, Paul. While waiting for my ID, can I use? Yes. So if it's a temporary ID, then that would maybe need to be a certified copy, but you'll be fine. Whatever you've got, you'll just tell us the application. You'll share the application that you've applied for a new ID or whatever it is. But definitely that's still okay. Okay. Thank you, guys.